Hello and welcome. My name is Mohammed Khan, a full stack developer, and in today's video, we will be learning how to make a WhatsApp bot using Bailey's library. So Bailey's is a library by Pedro Lopez. So we will be using that and we'll be creating a nice WhatsApp bot where we can automate. I'm going to create more projects around that. So if you're new over here, please subscribe. I not only make this kind of content, I also make content on how to get a job, how to latest news in tech and everything. So if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel and comment down what kind of videos that you want to make, that you want me to make. So without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, what I will be doing is that I will be essentially making a repository on GitHub. So I'm gonna open up GitHub and I'm gonna create a repository, create a repository, and you guys can get the repository from my community. I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can get that information from there. And yeah, so like I said, I will be opening up GitHub, and I will be writing the repository name as I'm gonna bring it over here. Before I bring it over there, let me just create the repository and then show you the screen. So I'm gonna name the repository as Bailey's integration. Okay, YouTube. Okay, in this, yeah, I'm not gonna give that much of information. On the git ignore, I am gonna write node. I'm gonna find where is node. There you go, there it is. And then I will be opening it up over here. So this is the Bailey's integration that I've done. Let me show you the GitHub repository. I'm not gonna publish it. I will be publishing it after after a while, like after I complete this video. But yeah, but for now, you guys can see that I have GitHub repository set up over here. All right, so first things first, what we'll be doing is that we will be adding all the required npm packages. Okay, so first things first, I'll be at npm I add whiskey socket Bailey's. Okay, we will be needing express over here. We will be needing what else do we need? Yeah, I think that's it. I think express and maybe mongoose. No, I don't think we need mongoose for now, because I'm gonna cover the authentication part in the next video. But for now, you guys, I'm just gonna show you how to integrate using the inbuilt authentication thing. All right, so with that being said, I will just press enter over here. And before I do that, actually, I'm gonna do npm init. So I'm gonna give the package name is this, description is nothing, entry point is index.js, dash command is nothing, keywords, author is Mohammed Khan, and license size ISC and ISC, yeah, and then there you go. And then I'm gonna do npmi, whiskeys, Baileys, and express. Okay, it's gonna take a while, but I think I think you guys can see the screen, and then yeah, it will just take a couple of minutes over here. So sorry about that, but yeah, so with that being said, integration on Bailey's library is like quite complex compared to WhatsApp WebJS and other WhatsApp libraries, unofficial, of course. All of these are unofficial libraries, just so you know. And Bailey's is, because it's quite raw and does not include any browser or something like that. It's like we're directly communicating with the WhatsApp's backend. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna pause the video now, because of the fact that it's taking a while for some reason to npmi. But I'm gonna do that, and then you guys can come back once I finish up downloading this. Alright guys, so if you guys can see over here, I am I have done adding the whiskey's Bailey's socket. And then what I'm gonna do is that I am gonna go back, and if you see the package JSON, the starting file is index.js, and then right over here I'm gonna write the basic logic that Bailey's told us to write. But before that, I See, I'm not gonna use Express, and I'm not gonna like set up a Node.js server, although I don't think it's needed. But then, still I'm gonna do it. I mean, I'm not gonna do it because of the fact that you just need to, the API part is something that you need to figure out. That's a different tutorial. You can check my Node.js tutorials and you can get my course. But in this video, I am gonna concentrate on working on Baileys, so please bear with me on that. Okay, so I'm gonna write. So first things first, I am gonna use basic stuff like make WhatsApp socket, that is in the Baileys library, and I'm gonna use whiskies Baileys .default. Okay, and the next one that I need is from Baileys is yeah, I think that's it for now. That's it. That is all that we need over here. And now I'm going to use a connection logic over here. So I am going to create a function, maybe like function connection logic. Okay, and for now it will just be an empty function, and I'm going to call this a connection logic. Okay, and I'm going to do console log over here, console log hello. Okay, and I'm gonna run the server by running node index.js to confirm that this is working. So as you guys can see over here, it is working fine. All right, I am also gonna use a basic yeah, I think that's all that we need to do over here. But all in all, let's write the logic to start up the Baileys library. So I'm gonna go to the documentation of whiskies Baileys, and here we will see the logic. So here you can see that it's gonna use make WhatsApp socket, and I'm gonna copy this line of code and paste it over here. So what it's doing over here is that it's essentially creating a socket connection to WhatsApp's backend, and then I'm gonna just add print QR in terminal is equal to true, because when I run this, it will run the code in terminal. Okay, now you may ask, so there are a few listeners that you need to set up. Yeah, okay, it won't be beneficial now, but I will tell you when it will be beneficial. Okay, so you need to set up update over here, which will have connection and last disconnect, okay, is equals to update. Okay, and now what we will doing is that essentially, so I'm just gonna write the code. I mean, it's up to you to use it or not, but in this tutorial I won't be using that for now at least. So I'm gonna use update.qr is equal to console.log qr. Okay, because if this update has a QR code, then I will just update. But you can write custom logic over here. Write custom logic over here. Okay, cool. Moving forward, so I'm gonna use if connection is equal to close. Okay, well, this is the way that you need to write the code, and I'm gonna explain the reason why I'm writing it in this way. So I'm gonna write should reconnect. Okay, and I'm gonna use last disconnect dot error dot output. I'm gonna increase the size of the just so that it's simple to understand, and I'm gonna write status code not equal to disconnect reason, which again I will be importing it from whiskies Baileys, disconnect reason dot logged out. Okay, so essentially what we are doing is that the connection is getting closed because WhatsApp just essentially updated its authentication, and then when this happens, we should essentially check if it should reconnect or not. Okay, now it's simple logic. If it needs to reconnect, okay, if at all it needs to connect, what we will do is that we will just essentially call connection if should reconnect, and we will call we'll just essentially call the same function over here like connection logic. So it will just go again, and then it will just start working. Okay, now you may ask, Seth, like, Mohammed Khan, like, how should I listen to the messages? For that, if you look at the documentation, there are different listeners over here. So I believe I can get that information from here. I'm gonna get to the authentication part in this video, like for file authentication, but for like remote authentication, right? We storing authentication in MongoDB or whatever. I will do that in a different video. Okay, so if you can see, these are the types of events. There's credits update, which will be used for authentication, credentials updated, yeah, okay, and then history sync whenever we want to, like, uh, sync the history, like, whenever, like, we get all the information of like my chats, contacts, messages, and everything. And there's like chats absurd, update the given chats, like if a chat is updated, and then if a chat is deleted, and there's labels over here. This presence update is nothing but when a presence of the chat is updated, like if someone goes offline or online, this function, this listener will get caught. And there's contacts absurd, contact update, message delete, someone deletes a message, if someone updates a message, we get this information. We also get like messages.absurd and messages.reaction, message received, and all of this information. So we will be getting that information, and then yeah, exactly, that is all that we need to do over here. And all in all, next stuff is to just run the code. Let's see if this works. Okay, apparently there is something wrong over here. So at line number, okay, so now it needs creds over here. Okay, you just cannot directly run it, which is why if you see the documentation, we have something called use file multi-auth. So I'm going to copy this code. Okay, so I'm going to copy this code and I'm going to paste it right over here, and I'm going to make this async function, and I'm going to import this, which is an inbuilt auth state library that is inside yeah, exactly, that is inside Baileys, that the user has written, that the guy who made this has written. Okay, so I'm gonna name it auth info Baileys. A file will be created with that if I run that. And the next step that I need to do is I need to pass in the auth state. Okay, and I believe when I do this, there you go, and I'm gonna run this, and what's happening, QR is not defined. Okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, so what we'll do is that I'll be using a debugger over here. Let me just move to JavaScript debugger, and I'm gonna write npm run dev, or I'm sorry, node index.js, and I'm gonna add I'm gonna add that over here. So if you see update.qr, yeah, so there's no QR inside it, there is update.qr. Okay, instead of this, what I'll do is that I'll write good code, and I'm gonna write QR over here, and I'm gonna make this so that if it's empty or whatever, we will get that information. And I will do this QR, if there's QR, then we will just update the QR, and I'm gonna stop the server and run it again. Okay, if you see, it's undefined, so it will not go forward, and then it will just try again, and now it will find the QR, and then I believe it should QR terminal not added as dependency. So don't worry, we will add that up. So I'm going to show you the package that you need to add, so that a QR inside the QR terminal you'll see the QR code. So I'm gonna do npm I QR code -terminal. So if I do this, it will just add this dependency, and if I run it again, I'm sorry, I ran the wrong code, but I just had to run it, node index.js, There you go, et voila. So we have done with the basic integration part where we are actually running and let me tell you something, it is insanely fast. It's very, very cool and it's very fast. All right. So with that being said, if you see, we are seeing a QR code. Now I'm going to bring my mobile phone and I am going to scan this up. All right. So let me pause the video and bring my mobile phone right over here. So guys, I'm gonna, go to my WhatsApp, and you guys cannot see me because uh, I am running using my mobile phone to run this up. And if you can see, it's saying not logged in, and yeah, so let me try again. So here is a complicated bit of part. So what we'll do is that we'll just add a debug over here, and then I will just close my WhatsApp and I will try again. Okay, so I'm going to press play. It's going to show a QR code. I'm going to go to WhatsApp again. I am going to go to link devices and I am going to scan. Once it scans, it will say, connection is undefined. So is that supposed to be connection? I think so. Yeah, so I believe it should be connection and there should be some kind of value over there. But with that being said, let's move forward. And okay, so the connection is close. Okay, the next line of code that we need to check is last disconnect.output.status code is 515 and disconnect.logged out is 401. So that means we should reconnect. Okay, when this happens, it will just move forward. Should reconnect would be true, and then we will be calling the same logic all over again. And yeah, so one thing that we forgot to do is we forgot to add a very, very important line of code, which is according to the documentation, we need to add this line of code, which is to write this one to save the creds as well. Because right now what we are doing is that we are only scanning, we are not saving the creds. So when we are doing this, it will just stop us from saving the credentials. So it's throwing an error because I use sock over here instead of creds update. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna run it again, and I'm gonna go to WhatsApp again. Try not to scan multiple times, so in order to avoid getting banned. But yeah, this will help you. All right, so yeah, like I said, it's showing a QR code over here. Let me go to link devices, link a device, and oops, I cannot link my device. I'm gonna use a different device. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Well, I'm so sorry guys, I got a new phone. I'm gonna use that phone to scan. Okay, let me just increase the size of this terminal. Okay, be careful while scanning because I did not get my phone banned, but it will just rate limit you if you just write bad code. So only write good code, only then you can scan scan it only after go to WhatsApp, link with phone number. Well, I don't want to link it in that way. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna scan, and once I scan, I have added a debugger. Okay, so if you can see, should reconnect is true, and let's see what happens if I press play, and it's logged in. That's it. That is all something that is something that you have to do. I think it's sorted, and let me show you something real quick. So let me actually add a nice sock.ev.on and message message update. So once we do that, and I'm gonna write message info, and I'm gonna write console.log message, and let's see message info. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, and let's see if I send a message to this particular this thing, and let's see how it actually handles the messages. Okay, I'm gonna stop the server and I'm gonna rerun the server. The best part is that, since if you guys have not already seen, but you can see that few files are getting added over here, and I am able to see the messages. So let me just add a debugger over here. Remove that. So let me send a message. I don't know if you guys can see me. I am gonna go to some random group. Okay, I'm gonna write hello, and well, it did not work. Well, because of the reason that I sent the message. Maybe I will try it out by sending a different, I believe it's messages.absurd. Yeah, sock.ev.on. Messages.absurd. Messages.absurd. And give me 1 second. Message info absurd. And yeah, so once I do that, I will just console log this value over here, message info absurd, and then I'm gonna do this. Okay, add a breakpoint over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna press node index.js. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, there you go. And here you'll see message info absurd. You'll get the message and you'll get information of the message in this way. So it's a proper way of receiving the message, and then you can get all the information that is related to this. The user who has sent the message, you can see the participant ID, you can see the remote JID. Remote JID is a group ID, and then you can get ID of the message that is being sent. Okay, and you get the conversation information over here. So in this status 2, and then the type is notified. So that means it's working fine. I've just console logged it over here. You can see this working properly. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. Yeah, we will be learning how to implement let me show you the thing that we will be implementing in the next video. So if you see, I'm using use multi-file auth. So instead of this, we will be using our own multi-file authentication handler, which will be where we'll be using MongoDB or something like this. So you can go ahead and use that, and yeah, I mean, it's very handy, and I will set that up, and I will also be making content on remote authentication and more projects on WhatsApp bot. All right, so for now I think that's it, and thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please try subscribing. I have a lot of viewers who just watch the video and don't subscribe at all, like 98% of them. So please do subscribe and do give a like. Thank you so much. See you all guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.